Hi viewers, in this video I'm going to talk about the important process which takes place in the every organizations with a database that is called a data warehouse. Basically everyone knows about what will be data warehouse, right? So it's one of the important source for every companies to know about what has happened, what transaction has done, right? The details regarding their company's operations, the functional activities, their plan, action plan, right? Details regarding their business and then the clients and so on. So if you take every organization, the database, which is acting as an important source for every organization, is very, very important. So that is what I'm going to discuss about the data warehouse in this video. And basically, if we talk about data warehouse, the name itself shows that it's a storing of the n number of data, right, in the common like a storage device or platform. You can say anything. So data warehouse is acting as one of the source because you are dumping all the data which has been collected from various sources. It can be from the website, it can be from some other sources, it can be from the recorded data. So data warehouse is acting as one of the important platform for the organizations, right, to take an important decision. So when you see about the basic, the fundamental, right, concepts of understanding what is the data warehouse, it is a kind of a platform. The environment is not an exclusive product. It's kind of an environment, a supporting factor, because it deals with different database. As you have collected the data from the various sources, it dumps everything, and based on your need and requirement, you can access those data. If you want, you can process the data and you can convert into a information or a report and so on. So it plays a very, very important role. At the same time, the data warehouses should be integrated for the entire organizations where each and every department has to access the data from the common central repository. That is what the data warehouse. You may think, sir, data warehouse is just a common forum, or we can say that the organization, a common database, or central data repository. In what way it's going to help the companies, or why we need to ensure that companies has this particular kind of a supporting factor or the environment or infrastructure, right, to deal with the data. I'll start with an example, right? We'll just go for a right thinking based on the apps what we are using on a day-to-day basis. And of course, everyone knows about right. We are using a n number of online platform and apps in our mobile phone. Example, we are using Ola, Uber, Swiggy, Zomato, Amazon, Flipkart, and then Rapido, Zepto, Blinkit, and many more. Each and every app, right, is helpful for giving something based on our needs and requirements. Now, why the companies need to store their data, why they should develop a common data warehouse platform for what reason, right? It's all based on the day-to-day transaction now. Why they need to maintain it, right? Let's we go for thinking now. I'll start with what do you mean by item set, right? Basically, when you are going to order a food through Swiggy and Zomato, right? The Swiggy and Zomato they will list out all the items. Item in the sense is the dishes available here, right? So you have a chicken burger, you have a French fry, and you have a pastries, or you have a noodles, or you have a veg, right, biryani or chicken biryani, right, or you have whatever it is. So these are all called as a varieties of dishes, right, offered by the Swiggy. That means available in the Swiggy, right? And knowing about which restaurant is providing this. So in terms of uh, technical aspects, we will call it as an item set because each and everything is just called as an item. Next thing is called as a data set. Technical term, they will call it a data set. What do you mean by this data set? Take the same example, Swiggy and Zomato. When you are going through the app, you can able to see the varieties of dishes, right, has been displayed in your screen, right? And when you click any one, right, based on the availability, the system, the app itself will, will come forward and will show you. You have another option instead of purchasing a one burger. Can you purchase two chicken burgers where you will get 30 rupees off and one with one Pepsi? This is called as a data set because different number of items are put together and it is called as a data set technically where in Swiggy or Zomato database we call it as a combo. It's an offer, just a kind of an offer. Right? Even if you go to a pizza or a Subway or a KFC retail food chain, you're able to see the kiosk placed in the entrance of the retail food chains, and you can keep placing the order. And once you start keeping placing the order, right, it will suggest you to right. It will take you to the page where you will have a combo offer, so that you can save your money. Right, this is the thing. So now, whether you are ordering the food, right, item wise, single item, single dishes, or you want to go for a data sets, it's up to our needs and requirements. So once it is done, what we are doing is clicking it, and we are adding in our cart, and we are placing our order. Once the order is done, right, start processing, and it will ask you for a payment. We are doing a transactions. Right, we are doing a payment. Once the payment has been done, right, it has been recorded in the Swiggy database as well as Zomato or whatever the app you are using. Now you understood, right, how the data are needed for the companies. Now, why the Swiggy or Zomato has to do this? So now, based on this day-to-day transaction or a daily transaction, right, done by the multiple customers, right, every day or every week, whatever it is. So finally, at the end of the week or end of the month or at the end of the quarter year or half a year, right, or annually, Swiggy has to come out with the result or report, right, and they can able to highlight whatever their achievement they made. How it is happening is based on the items that you ordered, either a single item or with a combo offer. Once your transaction is done, payment is done, you are doing a payment and it's get ordered, you are receiving it, you're taking it, whatever it is. Now, if the same thing like this, right, other customers will right start ordering the food. Like that, multiple customers will keep ordering their food and doing the payment and getting the items. This is happening frequently. Whatever the transaction is happening, whatever the orders are happening in the app, it is registered, recorded, captured. Now, based on this, yeah, as Wiki can able to say that the most ordered food in 2020 is chicken biryani, and the most charted items ordered in 2020 is pani puri. Right. So to generate this kind of a result, a report, or a conclusions, whatever it is, achievements or a goal, companies need a platform called data virus. Right? Hope you understood the concept of data virus. If those things are not there, definitely Swiggy cannot able to show their achievements or the recognition whatever it is without this without any database. So for this only we need a database. Here, these are some of the examples. If you see finance, investment sector, banking, for what purpose it is used? Of course, it need to analyze the trend which is there in the market and also to know about your customer. If I take retail, everyday transactions, tracking the distribution channels, items, buying pattern. Right, there is a one important data mining technique called market basket analysis. Very, very helpful for many marketing companies to know about what is the buying habit trend among the customers, right, based on the product. If I take hospitals, healthcare, of course, every medical units are using this as they need a data warehouse platform to know about the patients, their treatment, the medicines, and so on. And the transport, not only the airline transport, right? All ways of transports are very, very important because based on that, it can able to go for a seating arrangement, right? Scheduling, all these things. So these are the examples of data warehouse. And if we talk about the public sectors, of course, if you want to access anything, definitely we are approaching the websites, right? The respective government portal or private companies' websites and so on. Telecommunications, of course, for branding, for promoting through various channels, through various mode, right? It is helpful. So this shows that how data warehouse is used effectively in every organizations, in what way it is supporting them. And if you see the modern data warehouse, those days we used to deal with only the database in a particular format, particular file type. Now we have the data in the data warehouse in a multiple format. For example, we have a data in term of a CSV file. We have a data will form of a RDBMS relational database with the SQL language, right? The data that you have collected from the websites, web applications, the data that you have collected from the various social medias. We have n number of sources for collecting the data and storing in the data warehouse. By using this, they can extract the data from data warehouse according to their requirements. For that, they can apply any software, they can use any devices, tools, methods, and so on. They can analyze and they can generate a report or result. So this is how the data warehouse is helpful in the organization. And we have a three category of data warehouse. One is used by the entire organization, which is acting as a central database, central data repository, and can be integrated with the department so the department can also access the required data according to their requirements from the common database. Second one is operational database. Of course, this is similar like a TPS, where it is needed to enter capture the day-to-day activities. The third type of data warehouse category is data mart. Right? You can say that this is exclusive database which is needed for a department level. Data warehouse plays a central depository, but data mart plays as a department level. It's a subset of the data warehouse. Right? Only you can see, for example, if you have a data mart for HR department, you can see the data information related to the right HR activities, HR administration, the payroll processing, employees performance, employees details. That's it. You can find some other details. Whereas in enterprise data warehouse, you can see the entire database related to HR, marketing, production, whatever it is. And finally, this is some of the popular tools used by the most of the companies for data warehouse. So if you see, right, data warehouse tools, of course, definitely the data warehouse will not work without the effective of a structured query language according to a file type for generating a report or any application-based tools. If you're using in a purchasing department or distribution department, according to the applications, you can use the data warehouse or you can apply any data mining techniques or you can go for online analytical processing, OLAP tools. And some of the data warehouse tools used by the some of the companies like Amazon. Amazon they have an exclusive data warehouse software called Amazon Redshift, so that they can able to track the distributions, which customers ordering, what is their reviews, comments given, what is their preference, what kind of products are looking in their Amazon app. And if you take Oracle, IBM, these are some of the famous, and most of the companies are supported by the IBM, right, based data warehouse. Right. So these are some of the tools, popular tools, right, used by the most of the companies for managing their database. Right. Of course, you understood the concept of data warehouse and its applications in what way it is used in the organization. Right. So in our next video, we can talk about the various data mining techniques and its process. Thank you.